As is typical, we should expect a flurry of mainstream media insanity and fresh rounds of psychological propaganda on the heels of yet another mass shooting. Guys, if you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give them a thumbs up, and share them with everybody you know.
Today, as the country grieves, we are seeking answers.
We should already know by now that when a state functionary says they're seeking answers, what they really mean is that we're seeking ways to take more of your individual liberties away.
I want to speak specifically about the firearms used in this terrorist act.
Of course you do.
I'm advised that there were 5 guns used by the primary perpetrator. There were 2 semi-automatic weapons and 2 shotguns.
Guys, who really cares what weapons were used? The point is, unarmed people died in a fish-in-the-barrel styled mass murder. Do you think they'd be making such a big deal out of the specifics of the kinds of weapons they used if the guy walked in with a baseball bat, a hammer, or a knife? And remember, this implementation of gun control, it's not gun control at all. These pompous state psychopaths want to implement more people control.
The offender was in possession of a gun license. I'm advised that this was acquired in November of 2017.
I bet that's going to change.
A lever-action firearm was also found. While work is being done as to the chain of events that led to both the holding of this gun license and the possession of these weapons, I can tell you one thing right now. Our gun laws will change.
Our gun laws will change.
Translation, because of what this psychopath did, we're going to penalize and punish a whole bunch of other innocent people.
There have been attempts to change our laws in 2005, 2012, and after an inquiry in 2017.
Translation, there have been attempts to enact tighter people control laws in 2005, 2012, and in 2017, but this time we're going to succeed with our people control laws.
Now is the time for change.
Translation, now is the time to create more laws which will further empower criminals and leave current victims even more helpless than they are right now.
My advice currently is that he, under that gun license, was able to legally acquire the guns that he held. That will give you an indication of why we need to change our gun laws.
Translation, we permitted people to have these weapons in the past, but we will no longer permit them to have these weapons in the future. This will result in the only people who will be in possession of these guns will be the police, that's our police, and people who don't obey laws. So when people who don't obey laws do what this guy just did, our police with guns will arrive after everybody's already dead.
This is and will be one of New Zealand's darkest days.
Guys, the darkest day of any nation is the day a centralized Zionist banking cartel took over that country's money supply. This kind of criminal financial arrangement results in the deaths of far more people than any psychopath could ever accumulate on his own.
We had of all the fatalities, family, friends that we've known for 19 years, dead. People who were there for my engagement, dead.
What if just 1 or 2 of the people in this mosque were armed? The outcome could have been much different. If you've seen the video, you see that this guy encountered zero resistance.
First we hide behind the cars and, under the cars, and then when we see the firing still on, we try to jump the fence.
Hiding under cars and jumping fences to get away? Is this really how you want to live? As a potential helpless victim?
We were listening to the gunfire, a loud sound, which was continuously happening for 10 to 15 minutes.
It took 36 minutes for cops to apprehend the shooter. 36 minutes, guys. What if it was only 3.6 minutes or 36 seconds? It's still too late. You can't continue to trust that police are going to save you when you only have seconds to live. This is just insanity. It says scores of people were seriously injured in the attack. Why is this? Because they trusted their government to keep them safe, and the government can't keep you safe.
I was thinking that you must run out of bullets, So what I did was basically waiting for that and praying to God, oh God, please, let this guy run out of bullets.
What would you rather have done if you were in this situation? Pray that the attacker would run out of bullets, or pray that your bullet strikes this guy and puts an end to the mayhem?
What I want to tell you right now is that we had no information, no agency had any information about these people.
So what's the government going to do about that? They're going to lower their drag nets a little bit deeper so they can monitor us all more closely. For our safety, of course.
These are people who I would describe as having extremist views that have absolutely no place in New Zealand and in fact have no place in the world.
And there's the government's justification to determine what is and what isn't an extremist view. Why? So they can violate the rights of a whole bunch of people as they bring their hammer of control down on the entire population.
We're such a small community, we're so kind and loving, so I just don't understand why someone would hurt us like this and in such a way, just like an animal. Like, why would you treat us like that? We've done nothing.
I feel sad for these people, but this is a very naive outlook on life. There are sick people on this planet who plan to do sick things all the time. The best thing you can do is stop acting like a victim, and in the spirit of self-determination and love for others, you should prepare yourself for those times when these psychos snap. And about the possession of firearms, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
I'm getting angrier. I've gone from shock and now I'm getting angry and very indignant. Everyone should feel safe to pray however they want.
Guys,
if you want to truly feel safe in life, then you have to take personal precautions to be safe. Don't expect superhero government to drop out of the sky and save you at the last second, because they won't. They won't be able to get there in time. And besides that, superhero government is not a hero at all. It's a villain. They're always plotting against their own people. And making them victims as they empower criminals. Leave your thoughts about this video for the world, the Google Thought Police, and the gun-grabbing government in the comments section below.